It was not a coincidence, but in both cases the fantasy is incredibly light. I mean, I'm the mother of two boys, and one hated fantasy, and the other one I always had to buy books for him with like gold covers and had characters named Gribbledog, you know, like knockoffs of classics, you know, sort of.
What was their name again? Gribbledog?
Gribbledog, yeah. They thought they could get away with that. And I knew that for me, living in that kind of world, that kind of fantasy was something I was never going to do. There were never going to be woodland creatures in...
But you did, in two books written simultaneously, veer off the realist path.
I love the idea of a little bit of something unexpected. It's sort of like, I made the comparison once, it's sort of like the seal test ice cream cups my mother used to buy they were supposedly a sundae, but it had like the very lightest ripple, not quite enough ripple of chocolate going through the vanilla. And that was sort of what I wanted to do.
And has it made you want to sort of drive outside your lane in different ways in future, in other books?
I really hope I can write a very different kind of book every time. I feel now, you know, when you're young and you're writing these books that are collections of sentences, well, me doing that, and not really thinking, what am I trying to do as a writer? You know, it's very innocent to do that. It's kind of like, if you have a mother who supports you emotionally in your work and who never says you should go to law school. I had a mother who just always said wonderful, and I would show her my work, and it was absolutely great. But it made me think for a while, I think, that the world would be like that, and the world, of course, isn't like that.
Joyce, stop that, please.
I realized...
Well, I'm playing a game,
Ian. Publishing was going through shocks, the economy was going through bad times, that it's really incumbent upon me to write books that I'm passionate about and to try things. I mean, why am I doing this otherwise?
Meg Wolitzer, it is a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for...
Meg Wolitzer's new novel, The Interestings, is in bookstores right now. Every year, the Library of Congress chooses 25 recordings to preserve as part of the National Recording Registry. For the last few years, with the help of Ben Manila Productions, we've been bringing you the stories behind some of the selections. Our series, Inside the National Recording Registry, was recognized last month with a Peabody Award. So, as they say, woohoo! Today we'll celebrate that honor with a piece of music that launched the international career of Carmen Miranda. Way before the supremely goofy headdress with all the fruit, Miranda was a star in Brazil. Then, in 1939, she recorded a tune by a young songwriter named Dorival Caymmi. The song celebrates Bahia, the first capital of Brazil, and a place where African culture really took root and flourished on this side of the Atlantic. To tell the story of how Carmen Miranda brought samba to the rest of the world, we have the songwriter's son.
My name is Dori Caymmi. I'm a composer, arranger, sometimes a singer, but just sometimes.
And Carmen Miranda's biographer.
My name is Martha Hill Monteiro, and I'm the author of Brazilian Bombshell, the biography of Carmen Miranda. The 10 years that Carmen worked in Brazil before coming to the United States were 10 years when the best sambas, the sambas that are still played for Carnival, the sambas that people always remember, were written. And the best composers wrote for Carmen Miranda because she was the most famous singer.
The name of the song is O Que Que a Baiana Tem. This in English would be like